Hey there, and welcome to another video with me. In this video, I'm going to show you how to build a high converting opt-in page using WordPress, Elementor, and Activecampaign. I'm automatically going to assume you already got a domain name and a hosting. However, if you don't yet have those tools, I'll put a link in the description down below so you can go and grab your domain name and hosting. If you don't know how to purchase a domain name or a hosting, I have two separate videos where I show you how to purchase your domain name and hosting. So you can also watch those videos. So the goal of this video is to show you how to build an opt-in page so you can collect leads from your prospect and eventually sell your products or services to your prospect. So in order to build that high converting opt-in page, we're going to need Elementor Pro. Yes, Elementor Pro. So first of all, what is Elementor? Elementor is the #1 WordPress page builder in the world. You know, it comes into two versions. So there's a free version of Elementor, which is also great. You know, it helps you to do a lot of things with the free version. However, for this very video, we won't only need the free version, but we also need the paid version. So you will need to purchase the Elementor paid version, right? It's really, really cheap compared to a lot of web page builders. And we're also going to need an email marketing provider called Activecampaign. So Activecampaign is used to promote products or services through emails. So that's basically the role of Activecampaign. I'll leave a link of Elementor in the description down below, or I'll also leave a link of Elementor on my screen here so you can access Elementor. And I'll do the same for Activecampaign. I'll leave the link of Activecampaign on my screen as well. So you can go ahead and get a free trial with Activecampaign, and then, you know, we can get started. So go ahead, click on those links so we can go ahead setting up using WordPress, Elementor, and Activecampaign. My PC right now. Okay, guys, here we are on my PC. So what you need to do first, you need to go on your Google browser, and on your browser up here, you need to type wikmedia1.com/Elementor. wikmedia1.com/Elementor. And it will lead you directly into the Elementor's homepage. And from here, you have many options. So you have the essential plan, which is 1 per website. The expert is $199 for 25 pro websites. And the agency is 1,000 pro website. So the one that I recommend and the one that I use at the moment is the 25 pro website is $199. I'm going to upgrade to the $399 soon. But the one I recommend you to go for is the £199. So you can build as many websites as you like. You have the $199 one. And here at the bottom, there's one that's hidden. It's not really displayed on the plan. You have the Pro. So if you click here, for example, you will have this option to purchase it at $100 or $99. So from here, so all you need to do is you just fill in your details, right? I'm not going to, well, obviously, some of my details are already here. You just fill in your details, purchase it, and then that's it, right? On this one. Yeah, so you will have that, and yeah, so you use this one, and then you progress. So for the Activecampaign, in order to go to the Activecampaign homepage, you need to come here to the Google search browser. You need to type wikmedia1.com/Activecampaign. And once you tap that, right, it will lead you into the Activecampaign homepage. As you can see, this is the Activecampaign homepage. You can try it for free. There's no credit card required to set it up instantly. So you can try, I believe it's for 14 days. And afterwards, you can decide to purchase. So enter your email here and follow the procedure to create your account. Once you make your purchase, you will now have an access to a dashboard like this. So this is your backend or your dashboard. So this is my dashboard. You need to log into your dashboard. These are all the websites that I've connected with my Elementor Pro. As you can see here, they all say Pro, right? Now click here on subscriptions. This is a subscription I have. So what you will need to do is Elementor is going to show you like your receipt, what you've bought, right? And on the right hand side here, you need to download the zip file. So once you download the zip file, so let's let's just do that. So just click here on download the zip file, by the way. And once you download the zip file, please do not unzip this zip file. Just download it as it is and don't unzip it. And now go to your WordPress dashboard. You will now need to add some plugins. So come here on plugins and click here on add new. So we're going to add Elementor. So this is Elementor website builder. So we're just going to click here on install now and then click on activate. So we've added Elementor, right? So we now need to add Elementor Pro. So we just click here on add new. And then we're going to upload our zip file. So click here on upload, choose a file. And then click on activate plugin. So our Elementor Pro has now been successfully added and everything is connected and activated, right? So let's just click again here, connect and activate, just to double check. And just click on activate. Okay, everything has now been successfully activated and now the status here says active, right? So that's absolutely fine. So now that we've added Elementor and Elementor Pro, you come here to Elementor and click here on settings. So on Elementor settings, you need to click here on integrations. So here on integration, scroll down to where it says Activecampaign. Where it says API key, you have to enter your API and also enter your API URL. So let's go to our Activecampaign. Now, I will assume you've already created your account with Activecampaign, and this is basically what you will see. So another thing that I want to mention is, you have to add certain details, right? Because your registration may not have been completed. So what you have to do is come here and click on settings. And on settings, you have to add your address, right? So click here on address and make sure you add your address here, because by default, you wouldn't have added your address. So you need to add your address here and then move on and come down here to developers. So here on developer, where it says API access, right? So URL, come here to your WordPress dashboard. You basically copy this URL and come down here where it says URL, paste it. The same thing here where it says key, you will copy the key and paste it as well. So essentially that's what you need to do. And once you've done that, right, don't forget to save changes. Great. So you've done that now. If you have done this step, congratulations. This very first step is called merging Activecampaign with Elementor. So what we're going to do now is, we're going to go back to our Activecampaign. Okay, guys, because I need to put an emphasis on the reason why I've added this specific part. The reason being is because the Activecampaign user interface has changed. So basically, Activecampaign has updated the user interface. Therefore, I had to shoot the other video on how to create a list and a form separately and then add it to the main video. So therefore, that's why you see, you will notice a slight difference with the interface, right? I shot the first video on my account and my account is still on the old interface, but I know how to navigate around. For people who haven't used Activecampaign before and we are using the new interface, I wanted to bring a little bit more clarity into how to use the new interface. Where it says contacts, click here on contacts on that very arrow, and a list of items are going to drop here. So you're going to have things such as account lists, right? We need to click here on list. That's what we need to do. We have to create a list first. So what we need to do, click here on add a list. I will just name this list anything. You can go ahead with the template here. There's white paper, current clients, past clients. If you want to use any of these, you can. But if you also want to create a new list, you can also create a new list. So click here on create your own list. And I'm just going to create. So my list name is called my lead magnet, right? So I'll click here on add. by default, when you create your account with Activecampaign, they assign you is a list, right, which is your master contact list. However, if you're not happy with this list, you can just delete it, right? And yeah, that'll be fine. But if you want to use that list, import contact into the list, it's absolutely fine. You can also do that. Or you can just use your new list you've created. Now, if you want to import contacts into your new list, it's also very simple and straightforward. You can just click here on import contact and go ahead and import contact as CSV file, or you can copy and paste your contact. You go ahead and import your contact. However, if you already have your contacts, that's absolutely fine. So, and there's many other ways here that you can import your contacts. So now that we've created a list, right, we need to head back into the Activecampaign logo here. We need to click here on website. So click here on website. Right, so just click here on create a form. On creating a form, there's many types of form or styles of form. There's inline form, floating bar, floating box, and model. Depending on your plan, right? Depending on your plan. So if you use like the basic plan, you're only going to be able to use the inline form. However, if you're using a little bit more expensive plan, I'm sure you'll be able to use the floating bar, the floating box, or the model, depending on your plan, really. I don't know what plan you're using, but I'm just going to stick with the inline form for now. And I'll just select the inline form. Action, subscribe to a list. Here, options, I need to select the list. It's going to be my lead magnet. And then I'll just click here on create. Oh, sorry, I need to enter the name of the form. So I've entered my form name here, and I now need to click here on create. So I've created, so I'm now on this page. We now need to customize our form, right? So there's quite a few things we need to do. So far, this is how our form looks like. We're going to change details here, where it says full name, email, and so on. So let's go ahead and customize it. On the right-hand side here, where it says fields, there's first name, last name, phone, and so on, right? You need to come here on fields, right? So if you want to get rid of the first name, you can get rid of the full name if you want to get rid of that. And let's just say you want to get rid of the full name because you only want people to give you their first name. They don't have to give you the full name, right? So just delete that option. And you're just going to drag the first name here. So there's going to be first name and email. And if you want to make this space required, so just click on it and just click here on required, right? That's going to be fine. Now on the email, the email is fine, right? Now on the submit button, right? You can change the message here on the submit button. Let's say you want the submit button to be named something else. Yes, I want the free ebook. Yes, I want the free ebook, right? That's basically a message you put here. Yes, I want the free ebook, right? So now we're going to go to start. If you want to change the details here around, so let's say at the moment here, it looks white, right? And it's not very presentable. However, if you are inserting this specific form into your landing page, it's not really going to matter a lot about the design of the form here, because you're going to customize the form on your landing page anyway. But if you're just embedding this link into your WordPress website or into your website, it's very important that you kind of brand your form. So put your brand color into your form so that it matches your brand, right? Because this specific form right here is very blank. So, but we can change the outlook, right? So on the background here, I'm going to really go ahead and give a different look to this background, right? I can give it a look like this. You can see already it looks nice. Depending on your brand, you can change it the way you want. I've changed that bit. Now the message is here, for example, where it says subscribe for email updates. This message looks very old and outdated. You know, and a lot of people don't really use these type of words these days. So what I'm going to write here, I'll say, I'll just write anything really, but I'll recommend you to write something catchy, right? Something that will grab people's attention. Because people are enticed by words, and they're enticed by, you know, quality words, not just any words. Improve your business. Here on the on this area, if I want to add like a description, I can add a description there. You know what? That's not that deep. But at the same time, if I want to get rid of it, I can also get rid of it. I'll just delete this and just press OK. I've deleted. Absolutely fine. So here where it says marketing by Activecampaign, right? You don't need to have marketing by Activecampaign here. Just click here on this very area, put that on off. So that's pretty much with the form now, but there's more things which I need to show you, by the way. So come here on options, where it says sure, thank you, right? Thanks for on submit, right? When someone submit, you know, the form, what message will come up, right? If you like to upsell them into something else, here where it says opt-in options on this gear icon, click on that. Opt-in confirmation. I really don't like to use this area. I don't like to leave this on. Why? Because, well, actually, it can be a good thing to leave this bit. Why? Because some people like the subscriber to double opt-in, or to double opt-in. It's not really a thing that I like to, because I assume once you give me your credentials, that means you're in it and you've really made a decision to give me your credentials. I recommend you to just leave it off. Really, you don't have to leave it on. So once you do that, just click on save, and then you need to click here on integrate. So now that we've added Elementor and Elementor Pro, we need to add our pages. So go here on pages and click on add new page, add new. So we're going to name our page, and then just click here. Before you click on publish, you need to check here where it says attributes, page attributes. And on page attributes, you need to set it up to Elementor full width, because by default is default template. So you set it up to Elementor full width. The parent page, you don't need to set up the parent page, is absolutely fine. So sidebar layout, just no sidebars is fine, right? Actually, I will just leave it to default, right? That's fine. I'll just leave it to default, by the way. So make sure it's Elementor full width here, you know, and just click here on publish. And now click here on edit with Elementor. Like, you know, we need to add sections, right? So click here on the plus button, and the plus button here, you need to add two columns, right? Down here where it says height, come down here to height, and click there and put minimum height and set it up to 600. So our minimum height is 600. And so in here, I'm going to add some text and a bit of description of what our lead magnet is. And on the right hand side here, I'm going to add the actual image of the lead magnet and a form. So I'll just add some headline here, headline text there. At the bottom, I'll add some text editor, right? And then I'll make sure I duplicate this text. So I've duplicated the text, you know, as you can see, and that's, you know, that's okay. If I want to make this text a bit bigger, I can make the text bigger. So now I'm going to add my text here, right? So go ahead and add your text there. So that's basically my text. And what I need to do, I need to go back to style. I need to make this text black, really black. And then go here on typography and increase the size, or actually, I'll just leave it the way it is really. And then I'll come here on weight. I need to put it bold. And then on the family font, I need to change the family font here to Poppins. So I'll choose Poppins, and then I'll make sure on weight, I need to change the weight to 900, right? So now here on the right-hand side, I need to add an intersection. So I'm just going to add the intersection there. So on the first intersection, I'm going to insert an image. And in here, I'm going to insert, go back again to your elements here. I'm going to insert a text headline, put a text editor there. And I'm also going to insert a form. So just come here and type form. You only get a form with the Elementor Pro. If you don't have Elementor Pro, you will not be able to get a form. So I'll insert my form field there. Don't worry about how it looks. It's not a big deal. I'll just leave it the way it is now. Now on the right-hand side here, I'll sort it out. I know it doesn't look beautiful, but for now, let's just leave it the way it is. Now, on the photograph, I need to insert a photograph here. This is the photograph of my lead magnet. And here I'm going to insert my text here. So I need to put that. Yeah, I need to put the text there, and I need to center my text. Now, on the form field, so I'm just going to leave it the way it is right now. But for now, I'll just delete the message section. And this is basically how it's going to look, right? And I need to change the message, right? So I need to change some details here. So click here on name. On name here, where it says text, leave it to text, right? Leave it to text is fine. Label, I'll just get rid of the label. Change the placeholder and just put first name. First name is fine. Now I'll go to email. I'll remove the label as well. I'll just leave it to first name and email. Now let's come here to form again. We're going to edit some details here. So where it says button, so click here on button. The button, you need to edit that details. So I'll say, yes, send me the e-guide. I'll put an icon here. So go to icon, go to icon library, click here on icon library, and just select this specific icon and just click here on insert. So you have this specific arrow showing to click there, right? Now I need to change the color of this specific, like this background. I like to have a different color in there. So click here on style. So come here on this area, first of all, click on these 6 dots, right? And then you come here, click here on style, and then click on classic. So on classic, just click here on color. I'm gonna go with, do you know what? Let me just change that color. And just, and on the background, like the background color, actually, another thing that I want to do is on the layout, right? I want to increase the layout a bit. That's fine. And then this bit, I also leave it the way it is. That's okay as well. So another thing that I want to do, I want to put a background image here, right? So if you come here, click on the 6 dots here, and then come here on style. On style, you need to click on classic, and we're going to insert an image here. So we've inserted an image there. This is basically how this image looks like, right? So we've inserted an image there. If you're not happy with the text, we can change the text. Up here, I can change the text to, I'll go white. Let's say white. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, so I'll leave the text white up there. And here, I like the text to be black. It's okay, right? I like my text to be black here. Or let me just go back here to typography. I want to change this. So I'll change that. I'll change that a bit. So multiple streams of income for extra cash. And down here, I'm going to change my text as well. I'm going to change that to black. Now it's gray. Let me see if white looks okay. White kind of looks okay, but it's still not visible. Do you know what? Play around with this color and make it visible for yourself, right? You know, if you're not happy with the image, right, you can always click here, come here to style, classic, and just change the image, right? I want this image, this background image to be fixed, right? So what I'm going to do here, so I'm going to go to, I'm going to go to attachment and just click here on fix, right? So that basically means when I scroll down through, so when I scroll down, the image is going to be fixed and I can actually scroll down with my text, right? So let's just see and look how it feels, right? So this is basically how it looks. Okay, let's go back now. Okay, now we're going to add a bullet list. So essentially what that bullet list is going to be is, the bullet list is going to be all the details of what people will get once they download our lead magnet. So click here on the folder icon here. And here, we're going to go to blocks. And I'm going to select a specific block here that we'll need to build our website with. So I'm going to select this specific block. So just click here on insert. And basically that's how this block is going to look. So this is basically how the block is looking. We're going to customize it. And so let's go. Okay, guys, this is the block list of all the details that our prospect or customer will get once they download our free lead magnet, right? Now that we've put this, we need to add a text editor here. So I'm going to add a text editor, right? And in here, I'm going to insert my text. So this is my text that I've inserted, and I'm going to change the color. Just bring that to black. Okay, so I've changed that, and now I need to put a divider between these. So let's go back to elements here. I'm going to bring down a divider just down here. Yeah, just to separate. If I want to increase the text size, I can increase the text size. If you want to start a business in 2021, these are all the business ideas that you can start today to make money. Here's what you discover inside the guide, right? So essentially, it's just to put the bullet points of every single thing that people will get once they get into our guide, right? So now, if you want to duplicate a section like this, right? So you can just right click here and just duplicate it, right? So you're going to have another one, but I don't need to duplicate, so I'm just going to delete that. So now we're going to play around with the icons, right? So let's click here and just click here on icon. We're going to look for check icon. So here's a check icon. So I'm just going to select that and just click on insert. So now that I've selected this icon, I need to change the color. So let's go to style, icon color. I'll bring that to green, and then I'll just move this a bit up here, right? And what I need to do here, because I don't want to copy this like copy this specific icon all the time and replicate it down here. What I will need to do, so I can just copy the whole thing. Okay, sorry. I can just copy this one, just click there on copy and just come down here and paste style, right? That's it. Do the same, paste style. Paste style. So it's going to change the color for every single icon. So you won't have to change the color. So now let me go to this one and I'm going to put check on all of them. So I'll put check on all of them. Guys, go ahead and edit these texts. These are just like sample text. You know how to do it. If you want to edit text, just go ahead and edit the text. Now, if you want to add some spacing in between every single bullet points, right? So just click on the specific bullet point and just go ahead and maybe space it out a bit if you want. The size, if you want to add the size of the icon. I mean, guys, play around with this area. I'm not going to tell you to play around in a specific way, but you know how to play around if you need to, right? So now I'm going to change the specific photograph. So I'll just click here and just click here on photograph. So I've inserted a photograph here. And now down here, I'm going to add a testimonial. You know, although it's something free you're giving away, some people still want to see like a testimonial of those who've used it and how they feel about, you know, the lead magnet. So I think sometimes testimonials about a lead magnet can also be great. So let's add a testimonial area here. So click here on the folder icon again, and let's look for testimonials. So there are many examples of testimonials down here. I'm just going to scroll down and choose one of them. So I'll choose this specific example. So this is an example of the testimonial. So, you know, customer review, I'll just delete this text here. I'll just delete that. What people say, I'll leave that bit there. You can come here and change on every single element, right? So change people pictures if you want to, and put the like, you know, the person's name. For example, on the title here, I'm going to get rid of the title, right? I'm going to get rid of the title and I'm going to put some stars. I like to put stars there. So I'll go to a website called getemoji.com. If you type getemoji.com on your browser, this website is going to pop up, and just go and look for stars. So if you type stars, tap just star on the search bar and tap enter. I'm going to select this specific star, click on that. So I've clicked on this star and now just click here on copy, right? And let's head back into our Elementor. So I'm going to paste my star there and I'll just make sure I do the same. I want to paste on up to 5 stars. So I now have 5 stars, right? And, you know, change the name of the person and also change the picture, right? And add the picture of the person we actually put the, like to change the, you know, to change the picture, you basically just click on the picture and insert your own photograph there. If I want to do the same thing for Adam, I can just come here on item 2. So let's go back to item 1. I'll copy all the stars here and then go to item 2. I'll remove graphic designer and just put all the stars. So Adam is also rating our service 5 star. Melissa, do the same, right? So do the same for all of your customers. Put your text here. Make sure you insert your text, you know, on every single person, there is a text area. You can insert your text there. item 1, you can do the same, insert your own text. Now I'm going to change the color of this specific section, right? It looks just gray, and I'm going to click here on the 6 dots and come here on style and click on classic color. So let's look for a color that's a bit, you know, so up here we have a different color. So let me just go like that. Okay, so we finished with our testimonials area. This is how our testimonials area look like. We're going to add another section. So if you click here on the folder icon again, I'm going to select this specific section. So just click this section here, insert. So this is a section that we've inserted, and I'm going to get rid of the text here and put my own text, right? And I'll also change this area. I'll get rid of this text here. I'll put my own text there. So get the free ebook. If you want to change, increase the character, you can increase the character. You know, I'll just increase that a little bit more. So I don't need read more. And then I'll add a section. So I'll add a form down here. So just click here and go and look for a form again. So actually, we are not going to look for a different form. We are just going to go up here and copy our form, right? So let's just, oh no, sorry, we can't copy. So what we're going to do is we're going to duplicate our form, right? So duplicate this form, and then we're going to drag it down there. So we're dragging our form down there. So awesome, that looks beautiful. Another thing that I want to do before I finalize this, I want to add one last thing. There's one last thing I want to add, and then there are still things that we need to do, but I'm not going to touch those things right now. But I want to add a footer. Click here on the folder icon again, and then we're going to be looking for a footer here. So type footer, and there are many examples of footer here. You know, you can go ahead, choose any footers examples here. You know, I'm going to add a footer. So let's just click here on insert. So these are details from the footer, right? So go ahead and add your privacy policy on your footer. Details like this, if you don't need them, you can just get rid of them, right? If you need to put your telephone number there, put your telephone number, you know, or put any other details that you want to put there, like privacy policy. So now, you know, we've already taken a lot of time to design these things. So what we need to do now, we need to go back to our form. We need to finish some business here. So click here on form. So here where it says button, right? Click here on button. So you've made sure everything is okay on button here. If you want the button to be centered, you can just center the button like that. Actions after submit. So we're going to go to Activecampaign. So I have Activecampaign. I'll just leave it to Activecampaign. I'll go to Activecampaign. On the list here, right? API key, I'll just leave it to default. Don't worry about this. So now the list, you need to select your list. Our list is going to be my Optin page. That's the one we've just created. Come down here to step settings. If you want to change anything here on step settings, you can go ahead and change it, right? Additional options, click on additional options and just click here on custom message, right? So if you want to customize the message here, you can change details here on customizable and put your own message there. Let's say when somebody sends a form, you know, you customize it. That's it. And make sure you update everything. So now let's look at how our Optin page looks like. Beautiful, isn't it? The social icons here at the bottom, make sure you change the social icons, put your own social icons. Yeah, that's how you build an Optin landing page using WordPress and Elementor. If you do have any questions, drop in the comment section down below. If you've managed to build your Optin page successfully, please can you type Optin page in the description. I want to hear from you. Don't forget to share this content. I'll see you next time. Take care.